Start the recording. Okay, and I'm going to go studio mode. Hey, there I am, all big. How are you? All right, so I figured I'd come on webcam for a little bit of this stuff. Hey, got your first ad impressions this morning. Awesome. Congrats on that. It's good seeing you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, I forgot. I've got my on-air sign. That way you guys know what time it is. We're on air. Okay. Enough playing around with that. Let me, well, and now it won't go down. There we go. Okay. That's what she said, right? Up, but up. Shh. Okay, so a lot of good stuff to cover today. I'm gonna switch over to the presentation slides really quickly. Got a couple of people actually asking about stuff in the support desk, which was great. So I incorporated a couple of those questions at the end of for the Q&A. So let's see. Let's go to View, Present. Can everybody see the slide okay? Welcome to AdWords call coach, or excuse me, goodness, I'm butchering that. Welcome to AdWords coaching call number 6. Oh yeah. You guys ready? We're going to have fun today, but we're going to cover some really good stuff too at the same time. So for those of you who have been on coaching calls before, this is going to be sound much like a flight attendant if I don't flub all my words today. So let me just go through this really quickly, and I'll come back to the chat box. So if you're new, this is our process. I always run through this. Our process is very simple. Offer selection, keyword discovery, build the website out, set up your call-only ad campaigns, optimize and scale, wash, rinse, repeat, over and over and over again, right? That's the process. What we're going to be covering today. So we have, I just posted 15 new training updates, not including WordStream. Okay, 15 new training updates. We'll cover a little bit of those, what those are all about. I've also got a lot of new stuff coming down the pipe. We've got 2 software and a lot more training coming your way, which is good because by now you know the training is all about keeping you on point, making sure you are doing what you need to do to make that money, right? We're going to do a December Blitz checkup. I want to see where everybody's at, see how I can help you with that. I'm going to talk a little bit about WordStream. We're set to go live on that officially Friday, January 6th. As promised, after the 1st, that's when it's going to happen. And let's see, generating leads. That's what we're going to cover today, generating leads with the Medusa multi-touch. You guys are going to get to watch me work on screen. That's why I showed my webcam just a little bit, just to add a little personal touch to it so you can guys see that I'm happy and I'm doing well. Got a big smile on my face. Okay. So review requests, we have them in a very specific format. There's a link, a help article on the knowledge base if you need access to that. It's been posted in the Facebook group several times. If you need it, ask support for it. They'll give it to you, no problem. We ask that you follow it for a review request because it actually helps us help you. It helps things move faster, and again, that's good for you and us, right? Regular AdWords support. Use AdWords and a colon at the beginning of your subject line. That way it goes to the proper place. If asking questions, provide as much information as you can. This is going to prevent that back and forth, which eats up a lot of time, right? William and Chris's Facebook. It's not for support questions. It's not for offers. This includes on our profiles and in Facebook chat. If you have questions, concerns, support at Kallzu.com. We will take care of you. I promise you that much. The AdWords and Kallzu Facebook group are for ideas. They're for questions and input from your fellow members, the Kallzu members. They're for resources, sharing tools, tips, and tricks, right? Those are my favorites, some of my favorites. And then obviously my absolute favorite, and we all love these, I know, are the success stories, like when people are ranking really well or pulling in lots of leads for low cost. That's the stuff we love to see. Everything else, and sometimes I even get some of these in support, and that's fine too. But for everything else, definitely use support at Kallzu.com. We want to stick to that. It keeps us very efficient and keeps us turning out all this awesome stuff for you guys, right? So the groups are not for asking support questions. They're not for tagging William and Chris. Please don't tag us. I saw several people tag me. I'm not going to go nuts on it. I prefer not to be tagged because it's one less distraction. I can't turn Facebook off necessarily because I do need to be aware of what's going on in the group and being able to help you guys and gals. So please don't tag me, right? Just don't tag me in a post. You can mention my name, whatever, in a post. Hopefully it's in a flattering light. And please don't tag me or Chris. Again, if you want answers from us directly, support@kallzu.com. So if you want to ask support questions that are targeted towards getting a group answer, a group response, or several people's responses, make sure you state that in your question so that it's clearly not a specific support question, okay? All right. What's coming, AdWords in training? Everybody still awake? Everybody still here? Can everybody hear my voice? One. Yes. Okay, one. Heck yeah. Okay, great. Hey, I went through that pretty quick, right? It's like seat trays and backrests or whatever must be all the way forward, whatever the hell the flight attendants say, right? Buckle goes in, click the release. Should we lose massive cabin pressure, a mask will drop down. Please put your mask on first before attempting to help someone else with their mask, right? That old deal. We do that for a very good reason. I mean, we're not all about structure. Obviously, a lot of stuff comes from creative ideas and being in a creative space. However, the structure for handling support and things keeps us really efficient, right? Yeah, do I fly much? Yeah, I've flown a lot, actually. Okay, so what's coming? AdWords training and resources. So we've got training updates. We've got the 4K studies. We've got the Boffle event recordings. The editing has started, and it should be, I haven't checked on this as of today, but I need to go and check and talk to my video guy. He said he was running a little bit behind. I want to make sure that we're still on target for the first part of January, you guys having those event recordings. But they are in the works. I do know that they are currently being edited, at least. We have those 15 training updates that we just dropped. I'm gonna go over those in a minute. We've got software and service updates. So we've got done-for-you voicemail drops where you don't even need a list, okay? You can get the voicemail drops just like we did at the Battle of Fort Lauderdale. We've got the piece of software where we're going to be able to do SMS retargeting, phone call retargeting, and web traffic. That system, we've actually started developing it. This should say summer 2017. I still haven't fixed that slide, even from the last coaching call. Please don't hold it against me. I've been busy as hell running around getting a lot of stuff done for you guys. So, yeah, I should have that slide corrected next time. And then full WordStream access for everybody. Woohoo! January 6, 2017. All right. And the best part of all that is it's all included in your monthly membership. Amen to that, because I know you guys don't want to pay a few $100s a month minimum for WordStream, right? You guys get that for free starting January 6th. That's some cool stuff, let me tell you. Okay. December Client Blitz. Before we go into that, let me back out of here, and I want to go to Facebook, and I want to look at the updates. Let's see, what is this? I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's an opener. Okay. Apparently GoToWebinar is playing around. Okay, so massive training update. Did everybody see this post? 1 in the chat box if you saw it. 2 if you did not see it yet. 1 in the chat box. 2 if you did not see it. Lots of 2s. Okay, so here's the deal, folks. In the AdWords group, I actually take that back. In the AdWords group and the Kallzu group, the main Kallzu group, I always post the training updates. That way, I clearly label what everyone has access to, and then I label what AdWords members or Kallzu, what we're calling Kallzu ads now. Kallzu ads has access to. So these are all the exclusive to training to Kallzu ad members. Okay, Kallzu Organic. That's all these updates. So that obviously the premium members get access to everything listed, including up here. So just to go over these really quickly, we've got a couple of new keyword tools that I went over. AdWords Wrapper, iSpionage. A lot of you knew about iSpionage. I showed a couple of new little tricks with that, how I like to use it. The Keyword Shitter Pro, that's a special shout out to Gurpal. He's the one who showed that to me. and we have some new keyword ideas. We've got the keyword robot syndrome. I broke that out of a coaching call and put that in a nice little video for you guys, so that way if you're stuck on keywords, definitely want to visit that video. I also went over some advanced stuff with the segments, filters, and columns in AdWords, as well as the optimization columns, some additional optimization columns that I use. So I posted those up. You can see here what part they're in. I made it very clear, right? I always do this. Anytime I make an update or add some training, whether it's a coaching call, like this coaching call we're doing right now is being recorded, it's going to be added into the membership, and guess what? I'm going to make a Facebook post about it. And I'm going to tell you where it's located, right? But everybody knows where that's going to be. So if you have any doubt whatsoever, I always label training updates in all caps with training update. And the best part about the group is if you come over here to the upper right corner, search this groups. Everybody see that? Search this group. Type in training update. Type in training update, and you'll see a crap ton of posts that are all about training updates and things that have been added to the course, right? So it's always good to stay in touch and check back into this group. And I'll tell you, the people that have the most success are some of the most active in this group, even behind the scenes with some of the other members just outside of the group, which is great. So where were we? We were on optimization, right? We've got company name bidding. So there's a couple of scaling strategies. Below first page bid scaling strategy. A lot of you are probably wondering, what the heck are we doing with our below first page bids? Well, go watch that video, find out. You'll love it. So for Kallzu Ads members, they're going to get access to the custom IVR redials. This will increase the profits on the affiliate campaigns significantly. We're talking 10% minimum. I've seen as high as 20 to 30% in some cases. So very, very plug and play, extra money in your pocket. And then we've got a bunch of Battle of Fort Lauderdale training updates, which are the AdWords editor, being able to use the AdWords editor to duplicate a campaign for an entire city. We've got the bulk subdomain tool, so that way you don't have to sit on your ass and create 100 subdomains by hand, or not by hand, but one at a time using cPanel. You can just use this $27 tool, knock it out real quick. And then we've got a bulk page post creator. That's a nice little WordPress plugin. And a special shout out to Brian Peterson, not for the plugin, but for showing us a nice little copy paste method using Notepad, which works like gangbusters, busting out 100 plus pages for all your converting keywords. It's really sick. And then we've got a bonus sales conversation. I pulled that from our last coaching call number 5, because that was a really good session where we went over what to say, right, to clients, to potential clients. Part 9, we've got an update to Marlon's local client takeover case study, part number 3. Excellent stuff there. By the way, guys, when part 4 comes out, you guys are going to be floored. He has made some serious, I don't know how to say it, advancements, moves, improvements, gangbusters to the nines. I don't know, however you want to say it, right? He is killing it, okay? Pretty cool stuff there. So those are the training updates, and again, I always post that stuff in the Facebook group. I always like to use the group for that. All right, back to slides, December Blitz. Any questions before we jump into December Blitz? I know I'm talking like I'm the disclaimer guy at the end of a commercial, right? Just wanted to get through the stuff really quick that you guys are probably already familiar with or can catch without having to fast forward me. Is this being recorded? Yes, it is being recorded. The recordings of these calls, the coaching calls for Kallzu Ads, if you are a Kallzu Ads member, can be found on the Kallzu.biz site. I will take you there now. For some reason, I do not have it up. Let me bring it up here real quick. Kallzu.biz. Oh, looks like I've got to log in. It's okay if you can't see my screen, anything moving yet, because I'm still logging in. Voice drops are not in Kallzu tracking software. They are an additional service provided by Sid Michael. All right. And you can find that service at the bottom of part 8. I'll show you where that's at as well. Just let me get logged in here. Site's a little slow today. Could be peak hours, that's probably why. Yes, there is an organic membership, which is the original Kallzu SEO, what you might know as Kallzu SEO. I believe Chris and I aren't official on the names yet. I kind of like organic. Kallzu O or Kallzu Organic, and then Kallzu Ads or Kallzu A, because ads, we are going to be doing more than just call-only ads and AdWords. So we're not going to stick with the AdWords name for sure. So if we're going to rename that, we're probably going to rename a couple of different of the different services. Why is this not logging me in? This is crazy. Please log me in. Why is this not logging me in? Should have checked this before I started the webinar. I've never had a problem logging in though. Let's see. Yeah, the screen is paused. Don't worry about the screen just yet. There we go. I'm logged in. Okay, now take me to the site. Visit the site. Don't take me there. I don't want to go there. It's taking me to the hub. Okay, tell you what. I'm going to go to a page. I'm having to do a little rigmarole thing, sidestep thing here. Let me keep working here. I see a couple other questions coming in. Someone's saying they don't see any information about an ad membership. Is there somewhere you can find the information about that? Yes. You can find information from support@kallzu.com. If you want in on Kallzu ads, that section, you can submit a support ticket to support@kallzu.com, and they will determine whether or not you're an existing Kallzu member or if you're brand new. And there is different pricing, special pricing for those of you who are already in Kallzu Organic. Okay, Battle Fort Lauderdale. Let's see if I can view this page. Beautiful. Okay, so somebody wanted. Let me back up here, and I promise I will get to your questions. Recordings of these calls. So, if you're an AdWords member or a calls again, I'm still saying AdWords. That's so funny. If you are a Kallzu Ads member, you will see an extra tab here, AdWords Exclusive Private Coaching. We've got Part 8, you've got Part 9, which is the case studies, and then Part 10. 10 is the coaching call. So if I click on Part 10, you'll see here, paper call, coaching calls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be loaded up as soon as it's ready. All right, next question. Let's see. When we get WordPress, will this help doing keyword searches? When I search on Google keyword, it just gives me ranges like 10 to 100K. It won't give me specific numbers. Hey, Steve, when you start spending money, AdWords will give you more accurate data, okay? So you've got to start spending money on your account in order to get accurate numbers. I think, don't quote me on this, but hit up support@kallzu.com. because I think there's a workaround, and I don't use it because I use my AdWords account, so or I spend money in my AdWords account. So check with them and see if they still have that workaround. If they do, it's inside of the organic side, right? Should be. Let's see. Is it December 28th? Is it live or Memorex? Brad, I'm assuming you're asking if this is live or recorded. Hey, dude, this is me on the 28th. I don't know if you can see my watch or not. Where's the camera at? 28th. Can everybody see that? 28th. Okay. All right. There is no part 11. I'm not sure what you're saying about part 11. Not yet, anyway. There's not a part 11. Okay, so let's head back to the slides. Looks like questions are all out unless I'm missing something. When will this video be uploaded? As soon as humanly possible, okay? It takes a few hours to render, so I say late tonight, your time if it's East Coast. My time probably 6, 7 at night, something like that, so 9, 10 at night Eastern probably. It does take a few hours to render, and then about 30 minutes or so to upload, maybe less now, because I do have some awesome internet speed here in Vegas. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Slide. Present. Okay, so it's December, it's not December 14th, it's December 28th, and I want to see where everybody is at. Put in the chat box the number of clients that you have locked down for the December Blitz. I want to see some numeros. Por favor. Okay, one. I'm not going to call any names. Don't worry. I won't embarrass anybody. Couple of zeros. 1, but several in play. Excellent. 1. A lot of people on the scoreboard. 3. Hey. Okay, guys. So you know about the December Blitz, right? 2, 1. Excellent. Couple more zeros. 2, 1. Dude, that's like at least looking like 20 clients just off the top of my head on quick math there. Like at least 20 that have been brought in. That's pretty impressive. Not too shabby. 1 in play. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so ties for 5th place. I'll go over the rules and details in just a minute, but I will address ties and how we handle those because I did cover that on the first coaching call for December Client Blitz. So here's the deal. I'm going to go over the December Client Blitz details again really quickly. For those of you that don't know, we did a live event in Fort Lauderdale just for Kallzu ads. We started with 5 members, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing in Las Vegas, 3 days in Las Vegas. The dates are set. It's going to be March the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Those are the official dates, and it's not going to be just me there. That's either all the BOFL members, or I call it BOFL, Battle of Fort Lauderdale members, are going to be invited too. So you're going to get help and guidance from not just me, but other people as well that are making this happen, right? And there's something really, really magical because you guys that are going to be there, the 5 of you that are going to be there, have clients as well. So it's like you have a head start. You guys are going to have it a lot easier than the guys at Fort Lauderdale did, believe it or not. And we're going to really kick some major booty, okay? So the details and rules on that. Hold on, let me get some hookah going here. Keep it going. Okay, so starts on the 1st of December, runs through the 31st until the ball drops. Literally, you have until midnight to submit your numbers, okay? You do need to submit them before January 1st. Please do not make me wait. Please do not submit them late. Okay, I will say that again. Please submit them before January 1st. The top 5 people by number of confirmed clients, we'll go over that in a second, what a confirmed client is, are going to be able to go, right? Top 5 people. A confirmed client is at least $250 on a deposit or $250 collected between December 1st and 31st. Now, what constitutes a client that to be confirmed is going to be screenshots of payment proof, so PayPal, Stripe. We don't want Kallzu screenshots of the revenue, right? Also, you must include the client calls. They must be recorded and submitted. There's phone apps inside of the Battle of Fort Lauderdale page. Matter of fact, I can go there now and show you since I'm pretty much there. We're going to go to Part 8. This is where you find it. So it's under Part 8. Scroll all the way down. Oh, by the way, so here's at the bottom of the page, Battle of Fort Lauderdale training, which we're about to go to. Right under that, I just added how you access WordStream for January 6th. Okay? There it is. And by the way, WordStream training right there. Nice and easy for you, okay? All right, so let's go to the Battle of Fort Lauderdale page. We're going to scroll down. And look at there. Android call recording app, iPhone call recording app. Nice and easy, right? Make it nice and easy on you so that you have direct links to get the app for your phone so you can record the phone calls and make shit happen, right? Because the call recordings are required for are required for the call to count or the client to be confirmed, right? So top 5 are invited to Las Vegas. Just show up, cover your own room and board and flight, okay? Room and board and flight. First place is going to get room and board and flight all taken care of by me personally, okay? And this is what I can tell you based on what we did in Fort Lauderdale. If you stick this through to the end, you're all going to walk away with deals. There's no doubt in my mind. If you do what needs to be done, you're going to walk away with deals. You're actually going to walk away with a lot more than that. I'm really under-promising here. You're going to walk away with a serious bond. I'm going to know more about you, more about your business, be more in tune with you. I may even pick you as a case study, right? I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff can happen at these things, right? I love these live events. It really makes things happen in a big way, even with a small group. So first place gets room, board, and flight all taken care of by me personally. Actually, first place gets to stay at the house, okay? First place gets to stay at the house. They don't even have to go to a hotel or anything, right? Flight's taken care of, no problem. Okay, so if there is a tie for first place, okay, you both get to come out. If there's a tie for first place, I will cover room and board and flight for both of you for first place. If there's a tie for 5th place, we're going to decide that somehow. We're going to find a way to decide that. Probably take the next level would probably be the most revenue collected. Yes, you got 3 clients each. You're both tied for 5th place, but this person pulled in $1,000 revenue and this one pulled in $2,000 revenue. We're taking the $2,000 revenue guy or gal, okay? So the point is, don't be content to settle for 5th place, or worry about a tie in 5th place. Secure your place. Go and do the frickin' work. Make it happen. Get to Vegas. You're going to want to be there, okay? Everybody follow that? Everybody follow why? Everybody see where I reward? I want you guys to understand. Yeah, got some ones in the box. Good. So I want you guys to understand something. I love when you guys take action because it shows me that you're serious about what you're doing, and it helps me know that I'm investing my time in the right place with the right people, okay? So when I look at this and I've got 5 places, I want to reward first place. 5th place, you're in by the skin of your teeth, right? First place, you earned that shit, and I'm going to make sure that you get treated like it's to the nines because you earned it, right? That's all you got to do. All you got to do is earn it. Don't worry about 5th place. Worry about first place. Get your room and board and flight taken care of on me, whether it's 1 person or 2, right? I don't expect there to be a 3-way tie, but if there is, oh well, I'll honor it, right? We'll figure it out. I'll honor it. Okay. Any questions, comments? Let me back up here. Looks like there were some that I missed on the call recording app, something like that. Let's see. Doesn't work with Skype calls for my phone. There are Skype phone call recorders out there. I do know that. You can do a quick Google search and find those. I'm not extending the blitz till the end of January. Sorry, cannot do that. Dates, again, March 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Those are the dates of the event. Let's see here. Can you tell me what sort of info I should expect from you from the different types of review submissions, particularly the affiliate offer and keyword review? I can tell you, but I'd rather just give you the info as you need it, right? If it's an affiliate offer, I'm going to give you my input, like where I would start, what I would look for, keyword ideas that come to mind, questions and conversations you might want to have with your affiliate manager, all that kind of stuff. Whether the offer is good or not based on the screenshot for getting started with, all that stuff. If it's keyword review, I'm going to look at your keywords and see if they're good or if they're bad. And when I say bad, I mean if they need some work. And if they need some work, I'm going to tell you where and how specifically they need work. I'm not going to do your keyword list for you, but I'm going to point you in the right direction. right? The best way to find out the answer to that question, though, is to just submit some friggin' reviews, right? And I'll take care of you. Actually, the whole support team will take care of you. Hey, I'm really behind on this. Can you please just outline a few first steps to get up to speed quickly? Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, do this, etc. Thanks. Hey, guess what? There's an excellent training course that points you in the right direction on step by step. I am not being a smartass, I promise. In fact, if you saw my face, that might help, right? Let me do this. Hey, how are you? So if you go to Kallzu.biz and you go to let me show you here on the screen. If you go to the AdWords training and you literally start at part 1, it will walk you through. Just go through the parts. 1, 2. I mean, that's why they're labeled that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, all the way through. Nice and easy. Okay, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but nothing you can't handle. I can promise you that, because people are already making money with this stuff. Do the call recording apps have the ability to state that this call is being recorded to the other party? Not to my knowledge. You're going to probably need to say that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm working on a deal where one company is nationwide and will take all my leads. I could use some help framing this and getting them to want to do a one-city test with me. Hey, I'll tell you what, Mary, just submit a support request, or not a review request, but like an AdWords, in the subject line, and I will. I'll just write you a quick little deal, a strategy that I would use to do a national or a regional campaign for testing out in certain cities. I'll hook you up with that, no problem. Just submit an AdWords subject line support ticket. I'll take care of you there. Let's see. Google is updating the desktop version of their search engine. Will this change things? Not for the call-only ads. Obviously, anytime changes are made in paid ads, whenever we do calls, in the future I will be teaching you guys how to do some of that stuff with some like regular Google search ads and things like that. Will that have an effect on what we do? At some point, yes. Right now, no. And if so, it's not going to be as great of an effect as you might think. Keyword review. What if my keyword list is over 1 megabyte for review upload? Thomas, the keyword review, the 1 megabyte limit is because of Zendesk. What I would say to you is that submit 1 megabyte worth. That's a lot of keywords, by the way. If you need to, submit multiple files. But I don't need to see all your keywords. I just need to see if you're on the right track, right? Because if there's a couple of bad keywords in there, Google's going to let you know because they're not going to run traffic to it, or they're going to be low search volume when you load them in, right? So keep that in mind. Like, I don't have to see every single keyword you produce, okay? Good question, though. I do appreciate that. My main page for the group doesn't have modules as a category. Is that something that I should have? I'm not understanding your question. Can you clarify for me, Diane, before we move on? See if you can clarify. Any other questions while we're waiting on that one? Any other questions? Any other questions? All right. Your screen shows modules at the top of the page. Mine doesn't have that. Well, okay. Do you see, my question would be, do you see the content? If you see the content on each of these pages, you should be good. If you don't, then you're going to want to submit a support ticket, support@kallzu.com. They'll make sure you might not have access to those pages yet. So if that's the case, how long do reviews take? Listen, guys and gals, I do my best to make sure that myself and the support team answer review requests within 24 hours. I say 48 hours as a standard. But anyone that's submitted any support tickets pretty much knows that they're going to get at least a response back within 24 hours. I check personally. I check support once a day at a minimum, sometimes twice a day. Okay, but that's it. That's all I do. Okay, that's all I should need to do. Let's see. How long? Oh, already answered that. Are leads for the insurance industry profitable, or for starting out, or would some other vertical be a better choice for a newbie? I need good income fast. Okay, so I would say that's kind of a loaded gun there, right? What I'm reading by I need good income fast is, please God help me, I need to pay rent. If that's your scenario, like you need to work on that outside of what we're doing here, right? Because you don't want to come into this being desperate or dependent on this thing being a success right out of the gate. Listen, this training is designed to take away as much of the pain points and trouble as possible for you to get moving quickly, okay? Is the insurance, now, with that being said, like that all aside, if you're fully aware of that, the insurance industry is very profitable. The leads do cost more. The calls do cost more, but still a very viable business model, no doubt. Replay will be available. Yes, I'm just blowing smoke. Yes, I am. I'm a regular chimney. Okay, great. Thanks for the questions. Let's move on. Let's go to where we at. WordStream. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some stuff and drop some bombs on you guys. I didn't even write a slide out for this, but I got some really cool stuff coming. I mean, I know you guys like training updates, especially when they're really cool. They make you money. But let me show you guys some WordStream jazz here. So this is the dashboard. We're going to go to reports. I'm not going to show you everything. I just want to show you this. So check this out, guys. You can generate like a monthly report. Check this out. So you can create a report for each client you have, by the way. You can tell WordStream which campaigns you want for the report. So let's say you have 4 campaigns for your client. You can actually come in here and generate a report. You can see you can edit the report. Look at how sexy this thing is. It tells you everything. And by the way, you don't have to show everything to your client. In fact, I wouldn't show everything to your client, but you can show them all the positive stuff that's not necessarily tied to, like, for example, how much you spent. So if you notice, like when we go to edit report, I can click to show or hide certain things. Like, you know, I want to hide my spend. I don't want to show my client how much I'm making off of them, right? So let's hide the spend, right? We can show the impressions, clicks, converted clicks, right? We can show them, look, oh, we're up 126%, we're up 56%. This is where we're at. We can hide this, right? So we can go in here. We can literally create a report. And then here's the best part is that we can actually create a report. We can download this as a PDF and everything, but check this out. We can actually create a report that goes off of like recurring. In other words, every week or every month or every 2 weeks, and generate a report for each client we have. Now, I mean, if you don't put a 1 in the chat box if you get how valuable that is. Just being able to do that with a couple of clicks, right? A couple of you get it. A lot. Oh shit! A lot of you get it. Okay. Okay. Good. So I'm glad that you get that, and I'm sure there's a couple people that don't. So let me explain the value of that. Basically, what that does is automatically, or it's automated, where you're going to be able to, whether you have a VA or not, come in here with a couple of clicks, automatically generate a report, email it out to your client, and your client is going to have something where they can reference, they can have intelligent communication with you about. For example, when we go down to reports, as we get further down, like it shows keywords, it's got word clouds. Look at this stuff. Hold on. Look at this. Hey, I noticed that Terminex phone number was like the best keyword you had. Yeah, let's have a conversation about that. You can actually have educated conversations with your client. Do you think they're going to love you for that? Winning is right. Winning is right. Like, this is some big stuff, guys. Big stuff. And it's, again, all inside of WordStream, all automated, right? Nice and easy. All right, let's see. Oh, crap. My questions went crazy. Hold on. Got to come back down. Let's see. I invented a topical pain product for my mom a few years ago that sells for $45 a bottle. We've sent it to 22 countries by word of mouth. I bought into this training to learn AdWords to get more leads for that, as well as getting clients for categories like you teach. is something like arthritis or shingles pain viable with AdWords? It's viable with AdWords. With AdWords call only, I don't know. That's going to be something you're going to have to test. But as we add in future traffic sources, definitely AdWords regular search and display will definitely come in handy. Even the YouTube ads will come in handy for that. What if they do AdWords themselves? Will this hurt us if we give them the WordStream keywords? Not necessarily. I mean, if they do AdWords themselves, then they're going to have access to their own keywords anyway, aren't they? Right? Oh, and you're more than welcome. More than welcome for that. But this might help them expand. It's true. It might help them expand. I mean, if you don't want to give them a report, don't give them a report, right? It's totally optional. It's totally there for you to make a decision on. Let's see. WordStream. What else were we going to talk about? Medusa multi-touch. So we're going to move into that in a second. Any other questions about what I just showed you guys on the WordStream? I know it was only one piece, but I didn't want to spend all day on it. I just wanted to get you guys excited. The sign-up form is already there for you, so you can go ahead and get that out of the way, and hopefully get set up before the 6th. I mean, I say the 6th is an official start date, but obviously if you get approved, or not approved, but if you get set up beforehand, you can get early access to it, right? All right. WordStream is for keyword searches. No, WordStream is for account management. Think scaling and optimization, all that awesome training that I have on scaling and optimization over here in part 7, right? All this stuff over here. Let me go over here. Think this, like learning these concepts is great, but then having a software do it for you, it's like, yeah, I know how to tie my shoes, but I got somebody that does that for me, right? I got a software that does it for me. All right, so hopefully that kind of laid out exactly what WordStream is and why it's so freaking valuable, right? It's pretty valuable stuff. Still here. Still here. I'm going to get a drink of water. Everybody doing okay? Hey, look, I made y'all a sign. Love y'all. Okay, I know I'm a nut. Let's go to Medusa multi-touch. What do y'all say? Oh, wait, we got a question. Let's see. Is this exclusive for pay-per-lead, or can you also do the service for clients? Is this exclusive for pay-per-lead, or can you also do the service for clients? I'm assuming you mean, is this affiliate-based or is it client-based? You can do both. The training is designed to show you an affiliate offer that can also be used as a local client offer because, like, for example, the case study I did on pest control, which we're not done with yet, we just put it on pause for the holidays, and for the first of the year, there's always a spike in January, February. But that being said, pest control is a local client vertical, right? But it also happens to be a home services vertical inside of the affiliate side, right? Can you manage the client campaigns in there? Yes, absolutely. Inside of WordStream, WordStream will manage all of your AdWord accounts, all of your AdWord campaigns, okay? There's a specific setup in that video that I showed you guys at the bottom of part 8 where it'll walk you through how to apply for your WordStream access, okay, for each of your accounts if you have multiple accounts. That was not a bong hit. I smoke hookah, so I'm not getting high. Don't worry. I would never be under the influence during a coaching call where I need 110% focus for you guys. Never in a million years would I ever do that. Now, after hours, I don't know. Oh, man. Okay, I love you guys. Let's see. WordStream equals happy days. Amen, right? Very nice stuff. Glad we worked really hard to get that deal together. I mean, I've been working on that personally since October. Been working on it a good minute, right? Good minute, and we finally got her locked in. It was nice. Nice that came out the way it did. All right, so we're going to move on to Medusa multi-touch. Any other questions, last questions before I move on to that stuff? Are we getting unlimited usage? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Can you get a monthly fee instead of a per lead fee? Yes, you can. You can set that up inside of your Kallzu software. Absolutely, you can do a monthly. How do we sign up for that again? It is under, I will show you, it is under Part 8, under the AdWords Exclusive Private Coaching. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, because this is our advanced tools and strategies, right? So if we scroll all the way to the bottom of that page, you'll see the Battle of Fort Lauderdale training for one thing. And then right under that, you'll see where I just added free access to WordStream. Boom. Right? Did you say unlimited WordStream usage for any number of AdWords accounts? Yes, I did. That sounded like a really bad commercial, by the way. Nice is right. For the Blitz contest, you need us to record the call where we close a client just confirming. Yes, that is part of it. You've got to have a minimum $250 collected, either deposit or collected from the clients for the month, between the days of December 1st and 31st, and the call recording, right? All right. So that's where you can find it. Oh, by the way, that nice little link down here, don't ignore it. That is the WordStream training series, right? WordStream has an entire training series on how to use WordStream. First and foremost, watch this video. It's very important that you watch this video and follow it to a T, okay? Watch it a couple times if you have to. Don't half-ass this video. It's only 4 minutes and 38 seconds. I know you can do it, okay? Very important. At a later date, will there be a section on looking after and managing customers from onboarding to? Yes! Chris brought up the next thing. Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't put a slide out for it, but here's the deal. Let me grab another hit here. Okay, so here's the deal. I did not put this in the slides yet, but I wanted to do the camera because you guys get to see my face and see how excited I get about it. So I was having a conversation with a couple of mastermind students about their onboarding process. And I told them that I wanted to help them with that, obviously, and put some things together. And so we came up with an entire system that I'm in the works of. Well, I'll say this. Tomorrow I start building it. Hopefully I'll have that within the next week or so. But basically we're going to be building, we're going to be building an entire onboarding process that has, for example, an email autoresponder series, training videos that are not labeled, so they're going to be white labeled. You can put your own watermark on them, whatever you want to do. You'll be able to download them and then load them up to S3 or wherever you want to put them, so that people on your website, so that people can, so your clients can go and watch these videos, and you can link directly to those videos from your autoresponder series that we're going to write for you. All you have to do is fill in the blanks. Like, that's easy, right? So there's a lot of onboarding there, but at the same time, we're going to gear it so that it's not just onboarding, but it's also going to double as client education. So your clients become educated as to why you are the man or the woman to do business with. At the same time, how to utilize their account, how to listen to their recordings, how to make payments on their invoices, all this awesome stuff. But at the end of the day, when you add that with the WordStream reports that I just showed you, which is why I just showed you the WordStream reports, you put all that stuff together, and that is a hell of a way to increase your retention rates, like 20-fold, 100-fold, right? Your retention rates are going to go through the roof. Your clients are going to love and value what you do just by having like a 5-minute conversation once every couple of months or even once a month with your client about intelligent conversations like keywords that are popular or that are doing very well, higher margin products or services that they offer. They get these reports that are detailed from you, so they're constantly in communication with you. You've got that autoresponder series that's constantly in communication with them, and all of it's automated. You guys notice that? Like, did I say you guys had to bust your ass? No. Right? All you got to do is get it set up and then add people into the autoresponder and send them once a month reports, and then have a phone call that's like 5-10 minutes long, and it's going to be the best phone call of your life because your clients are going to love you, right? Great value added, William. You guys are phenomenal. Time saving. I love that. I knew you guys would like that, so that's why I put me on the camera to talk about that. So I didn't put a slide up for it, but it was totally worth telling you guys that that's on the way. No set date yet. I've still got to start work on it, right? I haven't even budgeted any time for it yet as far as like how long it's going to take time frame, but I can tell you that it's important. It's priority one now that these training updates are out and WordStream is up and ready to go for you guys pretty much. I'm going to start working on the onboarding process for you guys and the retention process, okay? Customer glue, that's exactly right. Good, very good, very well said, very well said. Okay. By the way, anytime you guys have suggestions or things you want to throw at me for adding in like that, or want to have a conversation about that, sometimes I'm able to have a conversation, but very few times. But if you've got something like that, I'm all ears, right? I'll definitely read it. I'll listen to it. Support at Kallzu.com, and I will check it out, and we'll see what we can do about folding it in to the system that we're building here. All right, so Medusa multi-touch leads. Let's come back to the slides here. All right, and let's go to the Battle of Fort Lauderdale page. So, how many? Put a 1 in the chat box if you have gone through the Battle of Fort Lauderdale training, like all of it, except for the new stuff I added. Because I did add some new stuff yesterday. If Part 8 is not showing in your menu, you should reach out to support at Kallzu.com and put your receipt in there, a copy of your receipt or PayPal transaction, something like that. They'll take care of you, get you activated there. Okay, most of you, not most of you, some of you. Okay, put a 2 in the chat box if you haven't gone over the Battle of Fort Lauderdale training. Oh wow, holy crap, that's most of you. I still see 2s coming in. Crapola. Okay. Hey guys, guess what? There's this awesome training. You're definitely going to go through that, and I've even added some stuff to it, right? All right, so that being said, let me break down what the Battle of Fort Lauderdale training is. It's basically 2 main parts where we duplicate and clone our campaigns that are working really well, that are profitable, from one city, from city A to city B for a new client. Okay, we copy paste. That's part 1. Part 2 is going out and actually getting the clients, and so that part 2 is called the Medusa multi-touch. Part 1 is called city clones. Part 2 is called Medusa multi-touch. Okay, and we use software like Scrapebox, PyGambot. It's all listed here in the training. You can see Proxy Hub for the proxies, Manta, Slide Broadcast, Leads, Rain. We've got the voicemail drop service on part 8 page, right, at the bottom. We use AutoMail Sender, Bond.co, MailLift, right, and King Warrior's got some discounts for Scrapebox and Proxy Hub, right. No affiliate links from us there, but I think his are affiliate links, but it doesn't matter to me. If it's cheaper, right. Waiting for the videos of sessions you promised. Are you talking about the live sessions from Battle of Fort Lauderdale? If you're waiting on those, don't. Those are I'm not going to say strictly entertainment. There's going to be some value in there, but those are I would say like 60-40, right? Everything we covered in Fort Lauderdale, everybody had access to this training, this exact training, minus the new stuff, right? So you might as well go ahead and get started on the training now. Like, please don't wait. Please do not wait on my behalf, okay? You have my permission, you have my blessing to go in here, totally take over this training and actually put it to work, right? No need to wait. All right, so we are going to do Medusa multi-touch. Okay, we're going to talk about generating the actual leads. So who here would like to see me generate some leads? That sound good? You sure? Okay. Of course I'm going to do that for you guys. Okay, let me come out of here. Hey, there's my ugly mug again. How are you? It's a little smoky in here. Goodness. All right, I'm gonna start up a couple of pieces of software here, and we're gonna get moving. So let's decide on a vertical. Let's decide on a vertical. Real estate. Nah, I don't like it. HVAC. Sure, why not? I'm gonna fire up Scrapebox. I'm gonna minimize this here, so that way you guys don't have to stare at me all, the whole time. Come on, Scrapebox. There it goes. All right, validating license. 1 in the chat box if you have Scrapebox. 2 in the chat box if you do not. Okay, lots of 2s. This software is normally like $97. If you go through King Warrior, the information I had on the Boffle page, you will see, I think it's like $67. It's like $30 off, right? Can't beat that. No, it's not $97 a month. It's just $97 one time. And then in my case, for King Warrior, $67 one time. Nice and easy. Can I put it in the chat box? No, I'm not going to put it in the chat box because it's already in the membership area. I can show you the membership area again. Battle Fort Lauderdale page, right? You can navigate there from part 8, okay? If you use something else, great, right? I'm just going to show you guys how I do it, right? There's no there's no wrong way to well, I don't know, there might be a wrong way to do it, but I mean, if you're using a software that's tried and true for generating leads, you're probably in good hands. So I do have the premium plugins, right? That's an extra $97. So all in, you're like 67, 97. I think it's like I think you might get a discount on that too. I can't remember. Either way, it's like $150 roughly. I think $150, $160, something like that. So we're going to go to the YP Scraper. All right, and I've got my proxies loaded already. I'm going to go to yellowpages.com. We're going to grab, why not? We'll grab all that stuff. And let's see, we're going to go for Dallas. Dallas, Texas. Boom. Nice. Now for keywords, we're just going to go nice and easy. HVAC. Air conditioning. Heating. All right. Don't have to get crazy with this. Leave our connections and everything. And we're going to start. So I'm going to let this run for a little bit, answer some questions about this so far. You might have any questions about Scrapebox itself, or like what you guys do to generate leads, or what to look for. I mean, that was a pretty simple little process there. Any questions on that so far? By the way, I'm not going to be able to do a full run because it's going to take forever. I mean, the bandwidth I'm using right now is pretty nuts, I'm sure. Why did it not start? Oh, wait. My proxies didn't work? Maybe my proxies didn't work. Maybe that's what it was. My proxies aren't working. Let me try again. Come on, proxies, work for me. Looks like my proxies might be dead. I might have to go get some new proxies, which is not a big deal, but man, I was hoping they would work. Huh. Sometimes that happens. Let's see. Someone's saying I should restart. Let me try that, see if that'll work. Why not? Why not? Why not? Proxies are, think of them as secure connections that you can run through the net, the interwebs with, right? Keeps you from being, keeps you from limiting your results, right? So yeah, it was updated. Plugins on our server. One updated plugins. Menu premium plugins. Should be good to go. Yeah, should be good to go. I'm updated. Okay. Let me try it one more again. Let's see. Yellow Pages Scraper. Yeah, you can test your proxies in Scrapebox. You can do that. I just figured I'd restart. Sounded like it would be the issue. All right, Dallas, Texas. Boom. Let's just go HVAC. Let's make this thing happen. Best place to buy proxies. That is listed. It's called Proxy Hub. It's listed inside the Boffle training. Can't miss it. Matter of fact, let me scroll down. I'll show it to you. Scroll up, rather. Here it is. Proxy Hub. Boom. There it is. Yeah, it looks like my proxies are not good. Okay. Let's clear those out. Let's do it without proxies. Let's see what happens. It could be my bandwidth. I'm wondering if GoToWebinar is just slowing it down. I can't imagine all 100 proxies that I have are crap. They were working fine not too long ago. Oh my goodness. This thing is making me look silly. You know what though? I do have a video showing me do this. Hey, there we go, results. Yeah, it looks like it was bandwidth or proxies, one or the other. So what I'm going to do, okay, so let's pretend we've scraped the list. We've got, well, let's let it go another 30 or to 90 maybe, 60 or 90 here, and then I'll go through it. What is Scrapebox for? Scrapebox is what I use personally to grab leads. All right, and I'll show you guys how I filter them out, filter through them. Okay, 60, that's good. Let's go with 60. So once I stop that, let's pretend it stopped on its own. It's already run and grabbed all the HVAC leads that I want to grab from Dallas, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to filter. I'm going to remove duplicate business names. I'm going to remove duplicate phones. I'm going to remove duplicate websites, and I'm going to remove duplicate email entries. Okay? And now I'm left with what? 55, right? Everybody see that? 55 results. Boom, boom, boom. Some of them have emails, some of them don't, right? Everybody see that? Okay, good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to export. I'm going to save as Dallas example. Nice and easy. Boom. Okay, so now we save that. We can actually exit out of the Yellow Pages plugin. Okay. Now, one thing I like to do is load in the list. Let me see if I can remember how to do it. Goodness, it's been a while since I've done this. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. Where's my list? Where's my list? Didn't I call it example Dallas? I know I did. Huh. I guess my list is not showing. Interesting. Let's try this again. Oh, I saved it as an Excel file. Great. Awesome. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Let me see. Should be a way to grab that. I thought there was a way to grab that. Maybe it's only by... Nope, only from text. Okay. So let's see. Let's see. Let me pull that up. Where's that at? Example, Dallas example. Crap, I don't know if this is going to open in OpenOffice or what. Because I don't have Office. I haven't made the time to go and get it. Yeah, OpenOffice. Let's hope it opens right. Oh, it had Excel? Let me go back. Maybe I missed it. No, only text. Only text. Okay, so what I want to do is grab the URLs anyway. Control copy. So normally what I would do, and what I do, is I load this into Google Drive because I don't like working with OpenOffice or anything like that. Actually, I don't like working with Microsoft Office either. But I'm going to copy those. I'm going to save them in a notepad. Nice and easy. Actually, you know what? We're just going to save it. And we're going to save this as Dallas example. No, I don't want to save it as an Excel text. Okay, good. Save. And somebody called me. Oh, that looks like GoDaddy. Okay. All right, so we're going to save that. We saved it. Good. Let's X out of all this stuff. Imports. And now we have a list. Dallas example. Boom. Importing URLs. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove URLs containing. And then I'm going to do this. Watch this. Space. Click OK. Oh, shit. That totally messed me up. That's not what I wanted to do. Let me go back. Clear. Not space. I think it's, trying to remember. I think it's empty lines. I'll find it. 1 second. There's a way to get rid of empty lines, which is nice and easy, so you don't have to do it in the text document. All right, so we're going to remove entries which are not URLs. There we go. Boom. All right, so we've got 52 URLs, right? Everybody see that? Okay. Now, one thing I like to do is the social plugins, or the social plugin. It's not a premium plugin. I'm trying to find it. Where is it at? There it is. Scrapebox Social Account Scraper. Okay. So I've loaded in my URLs, right? So those social accounts that I teach you guys to go after as another way to reach out and touch a client, right? To do the multi-touch. We just want to load them either from a file, which we have, or from the harvester, which we have, right? And then all I'm going to do is hit start, and this literally goes out and finds, oh, it's got socket errors because of the friggin' proxies. But basically, here's what would happen. If my proxies were working correctly, I would have a bunch of results in here for Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. It's crazy the different accounts you can pull just from these websites. No joke, okay? So once you have these results with your proxies working right, for some reason mine aren't. And again, I've covered all this in the training, so I'm just kind of reviewing this as live as we go, right? Just export as Excel sheet, spreadsheet, and I also, when I make an Excel out of this, any Excel that I have, I actually upload into to Drive. Matter of fact, pretty sure I can show you guys that. One second, let me figure out where I put them. Is it under case studies? Maybe? Nope, it's not under case studies. You know what? It's under my agency. There it is. Okay, so for example, the 3 verticals I'm going after in my personal case study, which will kick off first of the year, a little after the first of the year. Okay. For insurance example, I've got 10 cities that I went after. I've got my message template all laid out, just like I show you guys. If I go into Denver, look, see how I uploaded the Excels and the text files? This is how I do all this. I just go through each piece, let the software run, upload it to my Google Drive. I have it forever. I've got the URL list. I've got the URL list finalized and scraped, right? I've got the Yellow Pages listings. I've got all the social accounts and emails listed here. So basically, I load this into my email program, which is down here, AutoMail Sender, right? That's what I use. And then for the social accounts, I'll just reach out manually because I don't have any software for that. So this is one of the last things that I do. The first thing I do is email, the contact submit forms, and voice drops, right? So I use the Yellow Pages data for the voice drops. As you can see here, I've got all the phone numbers, right? And then I go into, for example, I go to, what is it? Sly Broadcast. That's where I had the campaign set up. I can show you guys this. I've already been setting this stuff up, so I can run this through for you guys, right? All right, so if I go under, what is it, Manage Lists? I think it's Manage Lists. You can see Locksmith Albuquerque, Insurance Albuquerque, Insurance Denver. Like I've already started loading in. Insurance is all loaded up. I started on Locksmith. I'm going to finish that one up and then go back and do the appraisers, right? Can you show us voice drops for a second? Absolutely. What do you need to see in voice drops? Every system is different, by the way. Like you've got voice drops from Sid. Those are done for you. You don't even need a list. So all the stuff we're doing to generate a list, you don't even have to do that if you use Sid's system, right? If you use that service. Voicemail drops are very simple. Here's the concept. A voicemail that is pre-recorded by you. So a file, an audio file, can be dropped on someone's voicemail if it's a mobile line. Okay, sometimes a landline, but most cases it's just a mobile line that it can be dropped on without ringing their phone. So it's also known as ringless voicemail. I like to call them voicemail drops because that's just kind of like an industry jargon. But basically, the voicemail there's a message template inside a boffle of what to say, and it gets people calling you back that want to know more about the leads that you have, right? And if you stick to what I gave you on the sales conversation video, see, this is why I cover all this stuff, like piece by piece, right? If you go through each piece of this, like you're going to have everything you need to make this thing happen. Let's see. It works with cell phones and some landlines. Let's see. Are there any testimonials that we can use? I get asked a lot what other users say about my service. I don't think we have any testimonials that you can use. What I would say is figure out why, and if you can't, get some call recordings and send them my way, and I'll listen to them. And we got to figure out why someone's doubting you enough to want to see or hear about other clients before trying leads from you. Because someone that really wants leads, if you communicate the value of the leads that you have, there's no reason why they should be, well, let me check you out first like that. I've run into it a couple of times, but it's not the overwhelming majority, right? If it is the overwhelming majority, it means I've only talked to like 2 people, right? So I would talk to a lot more people, and I would record your calls and let somebody listen to them, or let me listen to them, and tell you what's going on. Obviously, I don't do a review request for that. I wish I could. But if some of you want to send some recordings from time to time, I'll do what I can, right? I'll do what I can with the time that I've got. And maybe we can work something out where I can bleep some stuff out and post the recording so people can hear, like, hey, this was an excellent call. Here's what this is supposed to look like, or sound like, rather. All right. There you go. Someone's saying insurance guys usually willing to try leads and don't ask for references. I can vouch for that. I was in life insurance, life and health insurance for several years. I can vouch for that. I never asked for references. I just looked at what I needed to look at and made my decision, yes or no. I'm going to try these guys or I'm not. Can I pop the Battle of Fort Lauderdale URL in the chat box? No, I will not do that. I'm not going to do that because it is part 8, bottom of the page. If you have access to part 8, I can't do that because not everybody here is a member, right? So part 8, and you probably won't even have access to it if you're not a member anyway, but just to spare a lot of BS and a lot of trouble and time and all that crap, let's stick to some important questions, right? Like, you can find this, part 8, scroll down, you'll find the link to this page, no problem. All right, are you focusing on more home, auto, or life leads? Great question. I'm going to be focusing on a mix. I'm going to also be doing travel insurance. I'll be doing a couple of different things. I'm going to show you guys a few different things I'm going to go after. So insurance is it's one vertical, but if you notice, there's several sub-verticals where I could literally grab tons of auto leads and send them exclusively to someone who only wants auto leads, right? Part 8 is not there. Submit a support ticket to support@kallzu.com and get your access. I cannot do that for you. Support@kallzu.com can. They will hook you up, okay? They will hook you up. By the way, if I'd have given you the URL and you don't have access to Part 8, you wouldn't have seen it anyway. So go to support@kallzu.com. That's why we have the process the way we have it, right? Glad you noticed that. Glad you caught that, because you're missing out on a crap ton of good training too. So definitely you want to get in on that as soon as possible. Does anyone have rental leads in Kallzu? Rental leads. Rental leads. You mean leads you can buy? Leads you can buy. Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody post. It'd be worth a shot asking. I haven't seen anybody post that stuff in there. I don't know. All right. Where are we at? So back to Scrapebox. Let's come back out of this. So once you run the social accounts and you grab those and you've uploaded them to Google Drive like I showed you, I don't mind showing you that stuff and showing you the verticals I'm going after for my case study, because it's my case study, right? I don't mind sharing full disclosure, like full transparency on what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. But once I've grabbed the social accounts, then I want to go and I want to find emails. Like, I can grab emails from the local list. So when I click this, it's going to, let's see, pull up the list here. Boom, boom, boom. Did I click on the list, or did I click? I wanted it to do from the, let's see, where is it? There we go. Grab emails by crawling sites. And then I'm not going to use the, proxies. Shouldn't use the proxies. Hopefully not. So we just hit start. And so it's going to go and it's going to give me socket error. So again, this is an issue with the proxies, right? But the idea is it goes to each of these each of these addresses, each of these web addresses, and pulls out the emails. And so once I have the emails, what I do is I save them, right? And once I've saved them, I add them to my Google Drive. So I would come back here, add them into my Google Drive. So for Denver or for Dallas or whatever city I chose, I would add them in, and there they are, right? You can see my email list there. Awesome. Email sent. You should get a response. I'm not sure if they're on duty right now or not. It is middle of the day. So we'll see how fast your response is, right? Should be pretty quick, I would think. Within 24 hours, I know that much. If we use SID, then we don't have to go through this. SID will generate lead list to, oh, Sid. Yeah. I don't think Sid spells his name that way. So Sid, Sid will generate the lead list for you. Yeah, that drop service. So let me show you where that's at. Where are we going? Battle of Fort Lauderdale. Here we go. So we're going to part 8 again, right? A lot of good shit in part 8, no doubt. We're going to scroll down. All the way down. Below the WordStream. There it is. And you click on this, bring up an order form for you. Nice and easy. Explains what it is, how much time you need to allow, how much it costs. You just fill in your info, when you want the things to drop, what's your audio file. If you want to upload that, you can upload that. If you've already got your own list, you can load them in, or you can say, hey, this is the city I want. These are the markets I want, right? Nice and easy, right? Nice and easy. That's where you can find it. Bottom of part 8. Bottom of part 8 is becoming extremely valuable. All of part 8 is really good, don't get me wrong, but man, the bottom of part 8 is just, it's heavenly. Let's just say that. Okay. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Let me go back and check my leads list to see if there's anything else that I do. So I grab the emails, I grab the social accounts, I've got the URLs and contact forms. You can actually grab contact forms from sometimes now from Scrapebox. So if you look here, you can actually, where's it at? Contact forms right here. So you can actually do a check on these links. I'm trying to figure out how. I'm trying to remember how. Good grief. I use PyGambot as well. So it's not the only software that I use to get this stuff done. And usually what I do is sometimes I'll need a refresher course. No joke. I'm not a pro at using Scrapebox. I will be the first to tell you. The great thing is you don't have to be. Like, once you learn how to do it, I'm going to go through, I've got 20 more cities in 2 different verticals, well, 10 cities in 2 verticals, which is 20 total times that I'm going to need to run this. Do you think I'm going to remember it after that? Yes, absolutely. I've already run it 11 times, but that 11 times I ran, I think I started started to generate this case study like November. So it's been a month, at least, month and a half, and I've had a move. I've had all this crazy content and software stuff going on, updating. I mean, holidays. It's been crazy, right? So, heck yeah, I'm going to forget some stuff sometimes. I mean, nobody's perfect. But the good news is Scrapebox has all that training that's included to show you how to do that. So all I've got to do is go back and look at Scrapebox training, pop it in here, use the contact forms, and find the contact forms that are available for these web pages, and then use use Scrapebox to actually submit to contact forms using the fields over here with the name, email, subject, message, or use PyGambot. PyGambot's really good for that as well, for contact forms, right? So let's see, contact forms, social media accounts, emails, and phone numbers. I already showed you guys the slide broadcast example here, and it's just one voice drop service. This is set up obviously before I had any talks with Sid about offering you guys a service, right? Let's see. Can you give us a demo of PyGambot, please? Actually, I've got I had to reload Windows on my computer, and I actually have an email into them about renewing my license PyGambot. So yeah, because I'm going to be doing this case study, I kind of want PyGambot. I will not be able to do a demo of PyGambot. The good news is, again, PyGambot, and I even say this in the training here. If I scroll down to the Battle of Fort Lauderdale training, here's the deal, guys. Even though I cover how I do what I do, I specifically state we don't provide any support questions based on any software, right? I wish I could show you how I use it, but I don't have access to it just yet. Like, I do have access to it. Actually, you can see it's installed. There it is, PyGambot. I just got a license key issue right now, which kind of sucks. But hey, I'll get it fixed in time for running the case study. Let's see. You can buy a lifetime sub of PyGambot as well. Oh, that's great. I didn't know that. Yeah, voice drops. Some landlines do apply. Some, actually, most won't have an answering machine set up these days. Usually, it's a phone tree or no answering machine. But I can guarantee you, all of the mobile devices will definitely work with voicemail drops. Looks like I'll have access to that. Only people who attended live Barcelona training. I'm not sure what you're talking about, what you're saying, what you're trying to say. If you want to clarify for me. You can also get a Fiverr person to do Scrapebox for you. Absolutely. Tons of Fiverr gigs for Scrapebox. Absolutely there is. AdWords private training. AdWords private training is available to the people who subscribe to the AdWords private training. Whether or not you were live in Barcelona, there was an offer that was made in Barcelona for that. If you took that offer, then yes, you would have access or should have access. If you didn't, just because you showed up to Barcelona does not mean you have access to it. You pay monthly? Excellent. So you have access. Excellent. Good. All right. Is everybody fully aware of what we're talking about when I say access to this thing? Like, there's Kallzu SEO. I mean, hell, there's two groups. There's Kallzu. Everybody see my screen here? Kallzu AdWords, right? Two totally different groups, totally different geared like strategies and everything. One is paid and one is SEO. One is organic, one is paid traffic, right? Ads. Okay. Support will definitely sort you out. If you are not in Kallzu Ads, we're going to change the name of that eventually, Kallzu Ads, then you can submit a ticket to support@kallzu.com and ask them how to get in, right? If you're an existing Kallzu member down here in this main group, you're going to get a price break. I don't know the numbers. You're going to have to ask support about that, but they will take care of you. I do promise you that. If you're not a member of Kallzu, you're still going to get pretty good pricing because I have it on good authority that pricing is probably going to increase soon. I don't know how soon either, so no word on that yet, but I'm pretty damn sure that's going to happen, okay? Let's see. Can you put both in the chat box? Put both of what in the chat box? The Facebook groups. The Facebook groups are accessible through the training area, kallzu.biz. Like if you go to Kallzu Home, at the top of the page, should be somewhere around here. Hold on. Top of the page. Maybe it's not there. Maybe it's under the modules. I'm trying to remember. I know there's a few pages where the Kallzu group is literally listed at the top. I know it's around here somewhere. Oh, Facebook groups at the bottom. There you go. Somebody already called it. There you go. I mean, there's a specific tab for you depending on which group you're talking about. So the Kallzu Facebook group, the AdWords group, like those are the two that we're talking about right now, right? There you go. Direct links. Boom. Boom. There's the page for them. Nice and easy. All in the training. All right. You guys, the training has, I'm not going to say the training has everything, but it's as close as you're going to get. I mean, it's like you think about this. You're asking questions, and by the way, I love questions, okay? Don't get me wrong. Well, when we're asking questions about access that I know for a fact you're going to find in this group, either the Facebook group or in the training area here, it's like going into Walmart and saying, I can't find the gum. You know what I mean? Like chewing gum. What? You just got to know where it's at. That's all. I know it's a little tricky sometimes, but hey, guess what? Support@kallzu.com, right? What we try to do on these coaching calls is reserve those for the questions about strategy, the questions about case studies, the questions about, hey, here's how I'm actually using Scrapebox, right? Not, hey, man, can you give me the URL? You know what? URL, save that for support@kallzu.com. They'll love that kind of stuff. They eat that stuff up. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? I'm going to do some multi-thread questions and answers. Any questions so far? I'm sure there's going to be a few. I want to make sure everybody's got their questions answered. Can you answer a question about the pay-per-call estimates? So far, the campaign estimates have no relation to actual experience. Okay. I'd love to answer a question about pay-per-call estimates. I just don't know what you need an answer on, right? Like that's not specific enough for me. If you can narrow that down for me, I will definitely take care of you. While you're doing that and everybody else is thinking of the questions they're going to ask, I'm going to load up a question here. So we have, I got this in support just before the webinar, just before the coaching call kicked off. Someone says, I've been getting too many clients that don't want to pay up front. This has been a big stumbling block for me. Please suggest how to overcome this. Okay, so clients that don't want to pay up front, let's go through this. First off, let's assume, and we'll go over the assumption here in a second because I don't like to assume, but let's assume that the people that are not wanting to pay up front, let's say it's only a few people. Are those people that you want as clients? 1 in the chat box if you want them as a client. 2 in the chat box if you don't want them as a client. Lots of 2s. Okay, easy setup, right? Bye, Felicia. That is exactly right. Why is that? Why is that? What are some of the reasons why we wouldn't want to take someone who doesn't want to pay up front? Do they see our value? Do they see the value in the leads? No, they sure don't. Do they believe in leads as a model to make money for their business or make more money for their business? No, they do not. They could be cheap. Very good point. They could be very difficult. Even better point. Right? Exactly. You guys are getting it. You guys are getting it. Yeah, there'll be a pain in the butt, right? Pain in the butt. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. But to answer this question, let's go back to that assumption, and let's say that everybody is saying they don't want to pay up front. Well, clearly, the problem then is a communication of value. And so what I would recommend to answer this question is to go back through the sales conversation. You can find that in a couple places on coaching call number 5, or you can find it here in part 8, Fort Lauderdale. It's under the Boffle page. I just added it, matter of fact, to the Boffle page yesterday, today, and it's called Sales Conversation. Okay. Someone brought up a very good point. It could be tonality, right? And I was actually going to hit on tonality with the next question that I got in support. So if we scroll down to the bottom here, looking for, there it is, sales conversation, bonus, sales conversation. So this is where you would want to go, Battle Fort Lauderdale page. It's under part 8 at the bottom of the page. You'll come straight here and you'll scroll down to the bottom of the Battle Fort Lauderdale page, and you will find it. Okay, so that answers that question. I'm pretty sure that does. The next question I had, I don't think I wrote it down. It was actually it was a script that someone sent me, and it was actually a pretty decent phone script. I was like, okay, and someone says, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Like, I've only gotten 2 clients out of, and I'm not going to call this person out or anything, I've only gotten 2 clients out of like 70 people, and I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong. And the first thing that popped into my mind, I mean, I don't have call recordings, right? I can't speak with 100% accuracy here, but my mind goes to tonality. Because you can, listen, guys and gals, it's not necessarily what you say. It's 20% of what you say. It's 80% of how you say it. I really want you guys to grasp that concept. It's how you say it. Do you say it with confidence? Is your tone right? Are you trying to be helpful in your tone, or are you playing the private eye? Where were you on Tuesday night? What does your revenue look like? You know, it's the same tone, if you notice. You could be saying something completely different, not even trying to be threatening or invasive. But the difference, let me give you guys an example of tonality here, and I'll give you a few. So when you're asking qualifying questions, you don't want to just say, okay, and what was your revenue last month? Okay, and what was it this month? Okay, and how many leads can you handle? Right? This is, man, it almost feels like the Inquisition, right? Like the Inquisition. Is anybody like Mel Brooks here? Love Mel Brooks. So yeah, it's all about positioning. That's exactly right. So here's the deal. When you ask those questions, here's what I like to say. I like to say phrases like, just a ballpark. And I say it just like that. No big deal. I'm saying no big deal in my tone without saying no big deal. Watch, I can do it like I'm doing right now. Right? It's nice and easy. You don't have to say no big deal. It's just a ballpark. I'm just curious. Hey, would you mind sharing with me? Hey, what would you just a ballpark, nothing exact. Like what was your revenue last month? I'm just curious. Right? Really, really soft. Right? Really, really soft. Be easygoing, not confrontational. Exactly. So that's for the qualifying questions, right? You're touching on some sensitive subjects. I mean, you might as well be asking them, okay, and how old is your daughter? You don't want to say it like that. It's like, oh, you have a daughter. That's awesome. Hey, I was just curious, you being a parent and all, how old is she? Right? Way different tone. Okay. Someone says like Marlon. Absolutely. Marlon is like one of the most cool-headed, like just level, very chill guys. I love Marlon. Marlon's a great guy. Okay, so tonality. Another example of tonality. When you're going for the close, I say going for the close, but really you guys have kind of come to that decision together. This guy, it makes sense for him to buy leads. He's probably already asking you how much they are, right? Those are buying questions. The great thing about it is you don't have to come at them with high pressure or anything, or say I've got 3 more people right behind you. Nothing like that. You just come in nice and easy and say, listen, let's start small. I want to grow with you. I want to find the guy. When I expand into an area, 2 or 3 people at a time is what I usually do, 2 or 3 clients at a time, because I'm looking for the one guy that I'm going to be able to work with the next 30 years. That's how I run my business. I specialize in these leads. They're exclusive calls. I go through all the bullet points again, right? All the 5 reasons why someone should want my leads to reinforce it. And then I say, I've got my finger on the switch of tons of leads. I don't want to send them all to you. It would overwhelm you, and I'm not trying to do that. I want to grow with you. Let's do this. You hear the confidence in that when I say, let's do this. It's not, let's do this. Let's do this. No, let's do this, right? Actually, one of the best let's do this people I know of is Grant Cardone. Go watch a couple YouTube videos of Grant Cardone. Let's do this. Like, he's really into it, pumped and excited. I actually like that a lot. Some people may not necessarily respond so well to it, so you'll have to kind of gauge the situation. If they're really excited, yeah, man, let's do this. Then you say, yeah, let's do this. Boom. Let's start small. I always like to, but when I say let's start small, do I say it really loud? Do I say, let's start small? No, because that implies big, right? I say, let's do this. Really strong, confident. And then I say, let's start small. Nice and reasonable. Nice and easy. Something someone can say yes to. Right? Same tone. It's just changing the words up, right? So it's 80% of how you say it, 20% of what you say, okay? Are the recordings of the Boffle sessions going to be released soon? Yes. I've got to check in with the video editor. I know he's actually editing them. He did fall behind schedule. I don't know if that means it's going to affect the release date or not, and so I'm waiting to hear back from him on that. I will follow up with him and find out. But yes, they are going to be released soon. Bob, they are not going to give you much more value. They'll give you value, but not much more than what's already been added to the Battle for Lauderdale page. Definitely want to get in there on that training and start. I think somebody else asked the same thing, so there's several people in that boat. Do not wait on those recordings. Go back and watch them, sure. Like I'm not going to mind that at all. But the training is where it's at. Holy crap! Somebody wrote a book here. Let me let me see if I can get to it. When I build a pay-per-call program in AdWords, I give a daily budget and a price per click. After you enter your keywords, you have the option of getting an estimate of how many clicks and the average cost range this campaign will yield. This estimate and actual results are completely off. The cost per click is 2 to 3 times, and the number of clicks is 1/10 of the estimate Google AdWords gives. So in preparing a proposal for a client that wants to pay for calls on a private lead gen program, there seems to be no way to estimate how many calls you can deliver, nor what the calls are going to cost. Yes, calls still cost less than regular clicks, but it is a complete unknown, or am I missing something? Yes, you're missing something. You're missing the fact that your campaigns aren't dialed in. This is why I like to do affiliate campaigns or a couple of local campaigns, local clients at once to figure your numbers out, right? To get a feel for the numbers, find out what the market bears, what other people are charging. It doesn't mean you have to compete on price, because I don't believe in that. Hell, there's a recording of me upselling someone. He was paying $20 a lead. Now he's paying $25 a lead to Marlin, right? Like, I mean, it's not about price, okay? It's not about price. So if you need to charge more for the leads because they're premium, it's okay. It's not a bad thing. As far as the accuracy of the estimator, there's a training I did on the keyword forecaster. It's under the, oh shoot, let me, you tested my knowledge here. I did add something here though. Let's see if I can find it. I know it's under, it's got to be under, maybe, it's either under keyword discovery. Might be keyword discovery. Let me check there first. If it's not there, then it's going to be under part 7. Yep, there it is. Look at that. Boom. Do I know my stuff or do I know my stuff? Okay, so I should know it, right? I did create it. So Google Keyword Planner Forecaster, right? This is using the the keyword planner, but using the forecaster version of it. Okay, so very important. I would go watch that. It's a little more accurate, and I show what I show in the webinar because it's easy to show and explain to people how to get an estimate. Obviously, I put this in the training because it's more accurate, and you'll get a better idea of what a campaign overall can produce, what your cost per click is going to be. By the way, the cost per click is still going to be a little bit off, and the reason it is because that's like the ideal scenario, meaning everything is dialed in. You've got custom pages for your converting keywords. You've dialed in on bid adjustments, all that jazz, right? Starting out in a local area, you're not going to have any of that. Anytime you branch out into a new local area for a new local client, even if you have a winning campaign that you've copied and pasted, into that new area for that new client, you're still going to have to set all your bid adjustments at 0. Why? Because it's a new area. People act, okay, so let me give you an example. Las Vegas is a 24/7 town. That is no BS. Like, I'm talking Smith's Grocery down the street is open 24/7. We have a 24/7 Subway here. You don't have that in, like, Podunk, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. That stuff closes at like 9 or 10. It's ridiculous. I hate it. I love this town because it's 24/7, right? Like, just as an example, right? So if we have different hours, do you think there's a lot of night owls here? Probably. Yeah. Do you want to do bid adjustments from one town over to another? Like, would you carry bid adjustments from Nashville over to Vegas? What if Vegas had better? What if bid adjustments were better suited to Vegas at midnight as opposed to like 10 in the morning in Nashville? Right? Let the area, let the campaigns, let the data dictate to you what to do on bid adjustments and things like that to dial in. So my point is, you're always going to have to start not necessarily 100% from scratch, because you're going to have a really, like, for example, Marlon's plugged in just out of from something I've recently looked at in the last couple of days. Marlon's plugged into several different cities with his copy paste campaign, the city clones. Right? He's followed this to the T, and his campaigns out of the gate are profitable, right? Are they as profitable as his first city? No, because they're not as dialed in yet. But they are profitable, which is not too shabby, considering it was like 30, 40 minutes of like copy paste, okay? So that's what we're dealing with here, right? Hopefully I didn't take too long to answer that question. That was a long question, but it was very detailed. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate the detail. Alan, talk to support at Kallzu.com about that. They'll hook you up. They'll figure out what's going on. Can we please to Q&A after the training so we can? Can we please to Q&A after the training so we can stick to the client getting training? We just went over the client getting training. We're in Q&A right now. Like, we're at the end. Where you been for the last hour and 48 minutes, my man? I'm just giving you a hard time. But seriously, we went through that. If you have questions, obviously, I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. No doubt. No doubt. Why do you think there are not more successful people with online training? Everyone wants more money, but a very small percentage actually achieve any real success. What holds people back? Lack of belief, shiny object syndrome, poor sales skills. What needs to change? Are you asking me? What needs to change? Okay. Shoot. Honestly, you hear a lot of people talk about their whys and stuff. For me, okay, so for me, it's more of a mindset of what I do day to day with my life and what I'm. Think of it like the campsite rule. You might know the campsite rule. You might know what the campsite rule is. No one knows. I want to wait for a second because someone might know the campsite rule. No one knows that. Man, you guys got to go camping more often. So when you camp, the campsite rule is this, and it's actually very simple. Leave the campsite in a better shape or a better condition than when you got there. Yeah, clean up your shit. Right. Right? That's the campsite rule. Clean it up. Make it look good. But here's the thing. The rule isn't clean up. That's not the campsite rule. The rule is leave it better than you found it. You follow? That means if there was a piece of trash before you got there, pick that crap up, right? That's the campsite rule. And so I actually get a really big kick out of that. I mean, it's why I do what I do, helping other people. Now check this model out. This business model is designed for you to have a why built in. If you don't have a wife, if you don't have kids, if you've got nothing to live for, I want you to listen to me very carefully. If you got nothing to live for, you better talk to somebody else too. But here's the deal. If you're like, if you've got nothing, man, I understand. I know what that feels like. But when you hear me out on this business model, you can choose. You have a choice to make. You can choose to adopt this baby, basically this business model, and grow it, raise it, take it and run with it. So here it is. The business model is this. Am I going to make money from this? Yes. Okay. Let's look at the money a little bit later. We've answered the question whether money's going to come in for me or not. It's just now a question of how much, right? So let's move on to other focus, right? So let's shift focus for a bit. Who does this help? What we do? What do we do? We generate phone calls, live phone calls with people that need help with something. It could be a divorce that they need. It could be their kitchen is overrun with cockroaches like Apocalypse Now. It could be anything. They need their carpet cleaned before they have company over next week, and maybe it's not as big an emergency. Whatever it is, they need help. Okay? And you have these people. You have these live phone calls, these people on these live phone calls, and you are literally connecting them with someone who can help them. And if you do your job well enough on finding the right clients, they're going to serve those clients very well, right? They're going to serve those clients very well. Now, are you responsible for that? In some way, yes, you are, right? I'm not saying you get to take 100% credit because obviously the client serviced the customer, but you made the connection, and you also, think of it this way, think of yourself as a vetting service for finding the clients that can take care of the customers very well. Think of these calls that you generate as your customers. Listen, I've got 10 customers a day calling in about this problem. I say this kind of stuff when I talk to clients. I'm like, listen, I've got customers that are calling every day, and they need help with this, 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 and this. Can you help them? Can you really help them? Do you have the capacity to help them? Are you a good provider? Don't bullshit me. Like, I've got people I need to help. Is my focus anywhere on how much money I'm going to make, where the money's at? No. Why? Because I know the money's coming. As soon as I find, if you need a better example of this, look at Marlon. Marlon went through like 20 people for his SEO side of things to find a client that's worth in excess of 10, 11 grand a month, just on his SEO side. Okay. Do you think it was worth it to him to vet all those clients that were no good to find the one that was? By the way, his call recordings are awesome. This client of his is just, he's a beast. He takes care of everybody to the nines, okay? And it shows. I mean, rightfully so, right? Like, he's paying 10, 11 grand or more to Marlon for leads, and he's making more than a profit, okay? Think about that for a minute, right? Now, does that not hit you in the feels that you helped out those customers? By the way, if you find the right client, are you helping out the client too? Aren't you helping out the client too? Because you're giving him leads that he needs or wants to be able to grow and take care of his family or do things the way he needs to be done in his life. So now you're helping all these people. And here's the crazy thing. You have the ability to leverage that to the max. You can do that over and over and over again before you ever have to hire person one. Okay? When you start hiring people, that's when stuff gets really interesting as far as like the impact that you have and how many lives, right? In other words, leaving the world, using the campsite rule, leaving the world in a better place than you found it. Right? You're connecting people that aren't being connected. Plain and simple. And if they are being connected, who's to say that they're being connected to the best service in town? I know they are if you vet them. right? I don't know that if you haven't, if they don't click on your ad, right? You see the difference there? There's a lot of power in that. A lot of power in the value there, right? So with that value, now here's something else. Like, I get a really big kick out of this. So for me personally, there's all that going on, but then on a whole other level, not only do I get to do all that I just described, but then I get to come back to you guys all the time and explain that and share that with you. And I get to share that. Like, and you guys get to go do that. And you guys get to go take care of your customers and your clients and connect the two, right? And I mean, I get tickled when I think about that. Like, it puts a smile on my face. I think of leaving the world in a better place than I found it, and that is my why. That is all I give two shits about, because I know that when I do that, that campsite's going to be worth $1 million or $10 million or $100 million. Guarantee it, right? Money's going to be there, no problem, because my focus is where it needs to be, right? And so I challenge you to have the same, to make the same choice, to have the same outlook. I know that was a long-winded answer, but you guys got me up on my soapbox. I really wanted to share that with you. It's important to know that stuff. I just started this stuff, got accepted by Ring Partner yesterday. They said a few people make $8,000 a week as affiliates. Is that accurate? Absolutely, that's accurate. I think actually on some certain other networks as well, even more money is being made. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No joke. Yep. Good question. Ring Partner's a good company too, by the way. I like them over there. Need to give them a call. I haven't talked to them in a little while. Like the campsite rule. Hey, dude, campsite rule that's the only way to live. If you think about it, if you treated everything in your life with that campsite rule, or use the campsite rule in every aspect of your life, you would have a kick-ass life. And everybody would want to be around you or be working with you or be a part of your life, because you would only invite the best. Your campsite is awesome. It's better than everybody else's. Why? Because you made it better than everybody else's. Not intentionally, not in a competitive sense, maybe self-competitive, but in a sense of just doing it just to do it because it's the right thing to do. It hits you in the feels, right? It's the right thing to do. Okay, enough of the soapbox. If people aren't going to see the site for call only and we were only doing one-off clients, could we use landing pages like lead pages or ClickFunnels? One-off clients, could we do landing pages? Yeah, I guess you can. Yeah, I don't see any reason why you can't. You want to make sure that you follow the policies for terms of service and privacy policy for AdWords. Make sure you follow their guidelines for when you do lead pages. I know I think they have pre-made ones. It's been a while since I've used lead pages, but I seem to remember they had some pre-made disclaimers in terms of service. Make sure those are all what Google needs on the AdWords side, and you should be good to go. I don't necessarily recommend it, though. I like the way we do it better because it's got more on-page SEO to it. Let's see. Do you think the auto dealership, used car dealers niche is a good fit for pay-per-call ads? You know, I had a conversation with Sid about this the other day. Like, we were talking about like extended warranties and aftermarket parts, as well as like trade-in calls. Those would be extremely valuable to the right dealership, to the open-minded dealership, because if you get someone into a dealership for aftermarket parts, you might talk them into just looking at a new car. If you get someone on the phone talking trade-in or wanting to find out how much they can get for their trade-in from a dealership because they were eyeing a new model at your dealership or a new model that you would carry at that dealership, that's a valuable call. So it's all about your targeting, right? If you're talking about targeting people that are searching on their mobile phone for XYZ model of car or truck, it's a lot less targeted, a lot less high, a lot less intent, right? It's very low intent in most cases. In some cases, right? So what that means is your cost is going to be higher. And from what I spoke to Sid about, like, or from what I gather from when Sid and I spoke, the cost per lead is just going to be extremely low of what car dealerships are going to be willing to pay easily. So I would seriously consider high intent and things that are more obscure like that with limited warranties or extended warranties, not limited. Extended warranties, there's like tons of money in it from what Sid says, and I believe it because, I mean, it's basically just a form of insurance. And if there's high margins in that, then you've got more to play with, right? Got more to play with. So, good question. Appreciate that. Website review question. I have one page built out per your training video. We'll provide login and WP site info. When I submit a text file with 10 other keywords, will you be creating those extra pages? Not sure how this review works. Yeah, so the 10 pages, we don't create those until you have converting keywords. Basically, you need to run your keywords to that one page that you have made. And once you've run keywords to that and you've got your 10 converting keywords, you can then submit your top 10 keywords to us, and we will make your 10 pages, okay? You don't want to make 10 pages before you have converting keywords to make pages for, right? That would kind of be a waste of your time, waste of our time too. We don't want to do that, right? It's not efficient. So run your ads to your single page that you have now, and then when you have converting keywords, your top, after you've run data for like a few weeks, 2-3 weeks, then come back and pick your top 10 keywords, submit them in a file under the proper review request, and we will build out those pages for you, no problem. All right. Actually, you know what's funny? I just submitted under Boffle, under the Battle Fort Lauderdale page, I just submitted a training, a bulk page creator, where you can do this in like 5 minutes. You can make 100 pages in like 5 minutes. I shit you not. It's kind of having us build 10 pages for you. We're just going to use the same thing. So, I mean, let me show it to you. I might as well show it to you. I'm laughing because it's so awesome. I'm not laughing making fun or anything like that. I wouldn't do that. I'm laughing because I'm tickled about it. Let's see, where is it? Part 8 and Battle of Fort Lauderdale. So Part 8, Battle of Fort Lauderdale. And then we scroll down to bulk page post creator. Boom. Brand new video. That's the one you want to watch. And there's the plugin. You can go and grab that. And you'll see exactly how I use it to create like 100 pages in less than 5. Actually, it takes way less than 5 minutes. But if you were to go and like copy paste each piece of the code to duplicate the page, it's 5-10 minutes. You've got 10-20 pages, no joke, and they're all like ready to go. It's pretty cool. And below that, we've got the subdomain creator, saving even more time. And we don't do any review requests on creating subdomains, but this will save you a crap load of time as well. Hopefully that helps you on the review request question you've got there. Good question too. Appreciate the questions. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, any last questions? We're over 2 hours now. Let me kind of shut everything down here. Want to exit out? Yes, I do. If I wanted to target a specific niche that is targeted to a specific state, but the suggested bids are $60 plus, is it better to SEO the page first? I don't do SEO as far as like long term. That's Chris's wheelhouse. So I can't make a statement on that. I can't make a recommendation on that. I wish I could, but that's more Chris's wheelhouse inside of Kallzu organic, right? Kallzu SEO. Not too many search terms. Yeah, again, I would say if the cost is what it is, right? Sometimes call-only ads are not going to work for the vertical. Maybe the costs are high for a reason because it's very competitive and there's very low volume when it comes to call-only ads on the mobile side. It could grow in time. That is something to consider. However, in the meantime, like I'm actually got some stuff I'm in the works with the software that's coming out next year, mid next year, I should say, where you're going to be able to tap into regular Google search traffic, regular Google search traffic, Google display traffic, YouTube traffic, okay, like Facebook ads traffic, like video view Facebook ads traffic, local reach campaigns Facebook traffic. Like you're going to be able to tap into all these different sources and run them straight to a page that will generate phone calls for you, okay? Obviously that's not out yet, and clearly you can tell I'm excited about that because it's gonna double, triple your revenue when that happens. Yeah, it is incredible. I can't wait. I can't wait to see that. All right, so okay, been here 2 hours. Been thinking about Facebook a lot. Good. There's a lot of volume on Facebook, believe it or not. If you run the ads and set them up the right way. So obviously we've got training that we're going to produce on that. I'm thinking summer fall for that, but we'll definitely have that software going for that as well. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate the love. A lot of you guys been giving me a lot of love. I really love you guys. I really do. Look, I mean, I made a sign. Oh, I made a sign that says it all, right? Love you all. Love y'all. Oh, man. Lots of good questions. Covered a bunch of good stuff on generating leads. I wish my proxies would work, but the good news is inside the actual training on the Boffle page that I do, my proxies were working. So you get to see everything that I do step by step. So that's the good news. But you got to see like how I group my files together inside of Google Drive. You guys see that I actually use Google Drive, how I'm prepping for the case study. And I'll go over that stuff in more detail too as the case study, as part of the case study, because I'm going after three different verticals. And I want to make sure that you guys see 10 different cities, 3 different verticals. That's 30 different markets, 30 markets. And if I go after 2 to 3 clients in each market, are you guys doing the math yet? Even if it was like $500 profit a month per client, I mean, you guys follow? Like that's a lot of money. I can't even add it up right now. I've been going strong for 2 hours, so I have to go and like hit the reset button while this video renders up. Okay, so I'll be submitting more review requests this week. Finally going to get things going. Great. Glad to hear it. Keep going with it. Goodness, I got a lot of Facebook notifications. Getting blown up over here. Okay, so any last questions before we call it quits? Any last questions? I've been running a campaign for about 3 weeks and have not received any conversions. What should I look at first? The ad, the cost? That's a great question. If you haven't received any conversions, the first thing I would look at is make sure your conversion is set up correctly. That's the first thing I would look at. And then once I've verified that the conversion is set up correctly, then I would look at clicks and call recordings. I'd listen to my call recordings. Very, very big thing. Listen to the call recordings. Look at the clicks. See what your phone through rate is. So clicks versus how many phone calls you actually got. To give you an example, there's a training on phone through rate in the training. There's a video about that, what the phone through rate is, all that good stuff. Okay? That's where I would start. Not necessarily the cost. The cost, that would be next, but that's much lower on the list. All right. All right, well, guys, ladies, I am out. It was fun hanging out with you. I got the chat box right here in front of the camera. I can't even see myself, but I know you guys can see me. I will see you guys after the new year. I hope you guys have a great new year. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate that. And I will catch you guys January 14th. Probably you'll hear from me before then in the Facebook group. I've got that whole onboarding process and client retention thing that's going to be coming down the pipe. And I'm going to be doing some Facebook live feed videos. So that's one of the reasons why I'm playing around with OBS right now, which is what this webcam is that you see me on. So I'll be covering some topics using the live feed as well. So hope you guys have a great New Year's, and I'll see you guys on the other side of 2017. All right, bye guys.